Hi everyone! So today I just wanted to do a quick Gyoki tutorial on this project that I'm working on. So this right here is going to be turned into a cuff, an arm cuff. So we'll probably sew this together right here. And then this would just be the Gyoki cuff. So if you're interested, just go ahead and stay tuned and then I will do a little quick tutorial for you all. So this is what my cross stitch pattern looks like before I put my gyokis on it. It will look something like this once you've put all the gyokis on them. But this is what it looks like usually before you get started. So what you will need are your sequins and your beads, thread, scissors, and a needle. So my needle, the one I use, is a beading needle. And this is the brand that I use. Comes in different sizes and lengths. And this is the thread I use. Polyester, Coats and Clark. And I usually try to not do too long of a thread. I find that if you do too long of a thread, it gets really tangled up and you spend a lot of time detangling and it's just so time consuming. So I just do a short thread. And go ahead and just thread it through. And then usually what I do is I double it, and then I tie a little knot here at the end. And the easiest way for me to do so is just to swirl it through and knot it a couple times. And then again, I don't try not to do too long of a thread so that it doesn't get tangled. So to start, I pierce it through the Ida fabric. I'm using a pretty large Ida fabric, Ida cloth this time. So I'm piercing it through, not the holes, but through the in-between. You grab your sequin and you grab your bead, just like that. And then you push it all the way down to the cloth. And then I separate the bead from the cloth. Show you here. And then I don't go through the bead, but I pierce it through the sequin and then back onto the other side of the Ida fabric. And there you are, your very first sequin kaki. And then you just repeat the process. Make sure you separate the bead from the sequin just so you can pierce it through. Do not pierce it through the bead, pierce it through the sequin, and then onto the back. So now to tighten it in the back, I usually do this after I've done a little section or so. I go ahead and pierce just a small amount of the Ida cloth, like so. Pull my thread through, and then I usually loop it through like that to make a little knot. I'll do this a few other times just to make sure that it's tight and won't come apart. And then you just cut your thread. So usually what I would do is I would go ahead and to finish this whole pattern all across the gyeotgi. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to do this little spot here and then move on to the next line. So for this tutorial, instead of doing a triangular pattern, I'm just going to quickly show you with a few sequins here how I do the straight. And it's very much just the same. It's just where you place your needle and thread. Again, make sure you don't pierce the bead, but you pierce the sequin, and then the bead will hold the sequin in place. Sometimes it will get stuck, but usually then what I do is I just dig it out like so, and then retighten. And then to continue, just pierce the fabric where you want your next sequin to be, like so. And then you just repeat the process. Pick up your sequin, pick up your bead, and then just redo the process. Make sure to not pierce through your bead the second time, and just pierce it through your sequin to tighten. And then for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to stop this line here. Again, to make it tight in the back, grab a little bit of the fabric, pull it through, and then make a knot, and then just repeat to tighten. So now I'm going to show you how to do a flower sequin or flower turkey. So you pierce it through the Ida fabric. Gonna use the pink flower turkey here. And then grab a round sequin and then a bead. And then push down. Same process here. Make sure you don't grab the bead, separate that a little bit. Pierce it through the round sequin and the flower sequin, and then go through to the back. And then to tighten it, grab a little bit of the outer fabric, like so, pull through, and then go through the little loop there to make a knot, just like that, and pull tight. Then I usually repeat it a few times, just to make sure it's tight. And there you have it. And then of course you would do it all the way through. And then this is what it will look like, the final product, once you've done each and every line of the pattern. So in every sequin, it'll look like this. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe.